I'm gonna show you the most important dribble footwork and how to use it with layups, shots, dribble moves, and drills to master it. So the concept of this footwork is simple, but it's actually really hard for a lot of players to do well and effectively. And it's really simple. It's 1-2 footwork. So I've worked with some players that were like really good track runners, or everyone can walk 1-2, 1-2. But a lot of people struggle to just get this footwork pattern of 1-2 where both feet are on the ground for a split second, and they have a hard time mastering the keys that makes that effective. And the reason this footwork is the most important is because there's a lot of ways we can change it. So it doesn't always have to be like this. It could be this. It could be this. It can be this. We can change the angles and spacing between our feet on that 1-2 footwork, and that makes it really versatile, and we can use it with layups and shots. So first, let's talk layups and why it's so important. Number one, I can use it to just go straight up for a layup, but I prefer it over the jump stop because it's easier to change how I'm jumping with it. Going 1-2, I can jump forward and cover some more ground, whereas if I hop with both feet, it's hard to still cover a lot of ground. But I can also use this to put on the brakes and go into a floater. I can decide I'm gonna pivot. I can use it to angle the ball side forward, or I can switch the footwork pattern to have the other foot land first to bring the ball back. That versatility gives me more options than jumping off of one foot like this and hopping. By the way, this move I showed you before where this foot lifted first, that is actually legal. A lot of people think it's a travel to lift your pivot foot, but you can lift it as long as you release the ball to shoot or pass before that pivot foot lands back on the ground. On jump shots, it's great because if I'm running, I could just boom, bring this back leg forward, get into a shot, whichever foot that may be. And I can use this to make the defender think I'm gonna attack hard on the first step to get him to drop back. And then boom, just by being able to stop here, I can get the shot off and create that quick separation. And the shot will be off too quick for them to be able to block. But it's also versatile from this between the legs. I can pull that back leg forward to get into the shot quickly. I can pull the front foot back to create extra separation. And if I were to hop, see how it kind of gives my feet some air time, and that takes longer now for me to get the feet set and get the shot off, number one. But number two, it puts me closer to the defense. Now, maybe a quick hop like this in place might be quicker in some scenarios, but most times we're moving in games, getting that 1-2 footwork is gonna be faster and allow us to keep space better when we wanna stay away from the defense. Whereas the hop is just hard to do it quick, and it's hard to do it without keep moving towards the defender, and the balance, you can see, gets a little bit weirder. And then with dribble moves, there's a ton of different things we can do with it. So obviously our 1-2 speed stop is gonna be there, but we can also use it for things like snatchbacks. We can use it for a fake retreat, Iverson crossovers, shot hezzies, even a half spin is basically a 1-2 speed stop, just changing our body's positioning, angles, and where that second step is moving. Now in most game situations, there's two main ways you're gonna end up using this. You're gonna use that speed stop and then a go out of it. And with that speed stop, you want your feet about shoulder width apart. And then when you go, you want the ability to push off with either leg going forward. And I also wanna make sure I have both footwork patterns down. So here's a handle drill, and then I'm gonna give you one for shooting and for layups. The handle drill, if the left hand's dribbling, you're gonna step right, left, and try to take one bounce so that ball hits right around as the inside foot hits, stop, and then you're gonna explode forward out of that with the right foot going again. Key is shoulder width stance. You wanna try to think about that back sneaker squeaking. You probably won't hear it on an outdoor court. And then from there, I wanna be able to pause for a second and then drop down. So I'm gonna be upright, drop down. And that'll look something like this. Then I also want to work on the right hand, left foot stepping, and same keys apply. Then also we want to work on ball side foot stepping with the dribble and the back foot coming forward like this. And this for the right side. From there, you can branch out and get creative if you want. You can work on opposite foot stepping first time, next time ball side foot, and switching that up. And you can think about changing angles on each step. What this will do is get your body in good control where you can use a shot hezzy, actually shoot, and just get your feet set back up so you can read the defense and decide if you're gonna cross, if you wanna push into a crossover this way, and just give you more footwork options and a good change of pace in your handle, which is really important. As far as layups go, on the left side, you wanna work on that right-left plant and left-right. And then from both of those, you wanna work on one, jumping in all kinds of different directions, so far forward, maybe out to the side, backwards. And then from each of those positions, work on different types of pivots. So here, coming through, yes, that's legal. From here, maybe pivoting back. And of course, the opposite footwork, thinking about different kinds of finishes from that. And of course, do this all on the other side. Then for shooting, I would spend a ton of time, especially working on right-left when the left hand's dribbling, and when the right hand's dribbling, going left-right, just getting into a quick, clean pull-up jump shot, almost like the drill we were doing from the baseline before, but actually shooting from it. I would do this all the way around the court, working on different angles so you get different looks at the basket, and you could have different spots that you're comfortable with in games. Once you're making 6 to 10 of those, get out to the 3-point line. then come back inside the 3-point line and think about going ball side, offside foot. And that'll be good for more of like a sidestep type shot. Of course, do that all the way around the court, then work out the 3-point line. Then you can start thinking about stepping back with that front foot, or coming from different dribble moves like between the legs and bringing that back foot forward, or that front foot back, or even shuffling and getting into a 1-2 step.